CFP committee has their top 4, but do you want to know the teams that most deserve the college football playoff spots? That is exactly what the CFP ladder measures. Here are all the stats that you can get throughout the year to move you up and down the ladder. If you haven't seen this series before, make sure you pause and check all these out. But guys, the ladder is final, and these are how every team slots in. First of all, sadly, is level 0. These are all the teams that couldn't move up the ladder at all. I'm hoping and praying that they have better seasons next year. Now here are levels 1 through 5. And if you see a Power 5 school in levels 1, 2, and 3, they're probably the bottom of the barrel of college football Power 5. But then you get up to like level 5 and see a team like Tennessee right here, where yes, they are still ranked right now, but they don't have any good wins on their schedule. Therefore, they cannot continue to move up the ladder. So say on the ladder's perspective, you have Tennessee and Colorado who had very similar seasons, as the Pac-12 is super hard. Now here we got levels 6 through 10. And as you can see here, we're getting from the middle of the road to the better Power 5 teams, and we're also seeing some of the best group of 5 teams. And some of these teams like Miami of Ohio and Troy moved up a couple spots because they won their conference championship game. But we can see here also how Missouri didn't really win too many great games, so they are on the same level as Oregon State and not too far off from Clemson, USC, and Notre Dame. Here are your levels 11 through 15. And yes, we are seeing the ladder thin out now because it is harder to get more points. Now, I know you might say that some of these group of 5 teams like SMU and Liberty are not on the same level these Power 5 teams, but again, winning is better than losing, and in Liberty's sake, they didn't lose. And you have a team down there like Oklahoma, when they lost their 2 games to unranked opponents, they moved down the ladder. At one point in this year, they were at the top of the ladder. Now, here are your levels 16 through 20, which is your top 7. Now, there's still one more team on the last graphic, but let's talk through this quick. You see a team like Oregon who stayed where they were last week because they didn't win the conference championship, and teams like Florida State, Michigan, Alabama, and Texas all did. Now, the fun thing looking at this is maybe Michigan isn't worthy of the college football playoffs. And this isn't crazy to think. In a year where a 1-loss Ohio State and a 1-loss Georgia didn't make it, we might want to sit here and think, well, maybe we should have punished Michigan for not playing anybody out of conference. Or you see a team like Texas, if they didn't play Alabama out of conference, they would have been the same level as Michigan. So in this hypothetical playoff, the playoffs would have been Alabama 4, Georgia 3, Texas 2, and the Washington Huskies at 1. They hit multiple season stats, and they have a lot of ranked wins. They did hit level 23 and are your college football playoff ladder champions. Let me know if you like this series, and during this bowl season, let me know if you want me to do something different with it. Like I can take out the starting the year stats, or even the seasonal stats, or maybe you want ranked wins to count as more, or maybe you just want to see only the group of 5 teams. If you let me know down in the comments, I can try to make it happen.